Now that I've got all my dirt in place, glued in place around my rock castings here, I'm going to start adding some castings actually to the bottom of the riverbed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these leftover castings that I have and see how far I can get with breaking them up into smaller pieces, sanding them down flat on the bottom, and then just gluing them on the bottom of the riverbed to have rocks protruding. So I'll see how far I can get with these larger castings. I mean, I have some molds that will allow me to make smaller castings, but even those are a little bit too big, so I'd have to probably break some of those up too. But that's what I'm going to be doing next. By the way, if you're wondering, I'm using 60 grit sandpaper, and I'm probably doing quite a bit of sanding, but what's nice is when you sand something, a larger piece, and sand it down gradually, you'll get a more natural looking rock as you sand off the part that's broken off, and it'll just sand down to the contours of the rock itself, so it'll look pretty, I think, reasonably realistic. You know, you can imagine, you know, the water piling up against this side of the rock as the current flows against it, so in the middle of a river like that. So there we go. And I'm just taking this, what I'm doing to clean out the sandpaper. So I got a little trash can off to the side here, and then you still got this stuff in here. All you do is you take your sandpaper, hold it over your trash bin, and just do that'll clean it up enough for you to do some more sanding, so you don't need to keep tossing your sandpaper out as it gets clogged up, because it'll keep it unclogged enough so it's still usable. Yeah, I just made a mess there, but oh well. Anyway. Alright, before I glue any rocks in the riverbed, I'm going to paint this over again using a very, very dark brown, almost black. I didn't want it completely black, I wanted to leave a little bit of color. But it's pretty much virtually black when it dries. And also did a little bit of scraping here with my rasp. When I first put this river bed in, I think I had some leftover masonite, and so I kind of split it into two pieces and butted them together, and hindsight is 20/20. I should have done one big piece, but I've got this glued and sealed off pretty well, and when I did my first coat of paint I didn't have anything seep through, so and the medium I plan on using for the water is fairly thick, so it's Envirotech 2-part epoxy. At least that's what I plan on using right now, and that's pretty thick, so that's not going to seep in there easily. but I wanted to level this out, and I'm using the black, combination of black and brown acrylic paint. I'm just gonna put a little lighter brown, blend that in towards the side, towards the bank, kind of blend them in together. Kind of let this stuff merge together a little bit, adding water, letting it blend. Kind of see how it's working out. I don't know how well you can see the colors here, but as you can see, I got it darker towards the middle and lighter towards the edge. Like that. So, and I think when I actually glue the bridge piers in place, I might lighten it up a little bit around the piers to indicate dirt has accumulated around them. So that's kind of the idea. My brush down pretty thoroughly in water and just kind of letting this brown paint flow in, the lighter brown flow in with the dark. So you get some of the lighter brown kind of swirling in and certain spots in with the black to indicate, you know, that the river depth kind of varies. It's not always consistent. Dry out, and then I'm going to take my rock castings and I'm going to stain those before I glue them on, because I don't want the stains to actually discolor the paint I've put on so far. So that's what's next.